168 knots. Okay. That's lovely. So about 8 miles away from the airfield now, and you can see the lights just ahead of us, just down there.
All right.
And we're level at 2,000 feet, and we're going to intercept that beam that's going to come and meet us.
Yeah. Okay.
And you'll notice in a second, you see this little diamond here?
Yes.
That will become full in a second, and then start to drift down towards us. And as it becomes into the centre,
right,
we will follow it down towards the runway.
I'm with you now. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's become full.
Yeah. And as we intercept it and we get glide slope, I'd like you to call gear down and flap 15.
Sorry, when it comes to...
When it comes into the centre, and then we'll follow it all the way down to the centre.
So then it's...
Gear down and flap 15.
Okay. About now.
Yeah, that's
now,
perfect.
Now, flap
15.
Flap 15, yeah.
There we go.
There we are.
On there. Flap 15, and then your job's just to set flap 15 speed.
That one.
That's just less than 160, about 158 will do it. That's perfect.
Okay.
And now you'd have to ask for flap 30, which is our landing flaps.
Okay, flap 30.
Okay, so extend those to 30.
Yeah.
And they're just coming out for us now, and then you just reduce the speed on there to VREF plus 5, which is 150 knots.
Okay. Then
that's perfect.
do I switch off the...
and now, yeah, if you'd like to disconnect the autopilot, that's it, brilliant. So about 1,000 feet,
yeah.
3 miles away, runway's ahead of us.
Yes.
We're a nice place. So just reference outside, and if you can, just reference inside. Just see what that flight director is doing. That flight director is saying slightly pitch up. So that's it, slightly pitch up. Yeah. Pitch up a little bit more, that's it, that's perfect. That's lovely there. So that's 500 feet. So just lower the nose, we're just coming back towards the glide now. We're in a nice place, just lower the nose, lower the nose, lower the nose. About just less than 2.5 degrees. So about there is absolutely lovely.
Okay.
So it's flying down towards the runway. Let's keep pointing it towards the runway. So it's increase the back pressure, that's it. Don't want to hit the trees. That's it, just keep it coming down towards the runway, because we've kind of levelled off really. That's it, just keep it coming down towards the runway. That's lovely. And at 20 feet, we're just going to increase that back pressure.
Yeah.
20, just increase back pressure. That's it, and we're down. That's lovely, well done.
Wow.
We've done a landing to Gatwick. And that wouldn't have been a bad landing at all really.
Right.
I know, I've seen captains do much worse landings than that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so that's
all right. It's all like steering from that direction.
Yeah, it's that's one thing. It's the on this simulator that it's quite sensitive to on the rudder pedals. Yeah, it's not exactly like that on the aeroplane.
Okay.
So if we just bring it off the runway. And I'll just get rid of the speed brake. Yeah, so I'm going to have to take control now because you haven't got a tiller on your side. We'll just taxi it onto a free stand. So everything's in. The Virgin's just come in from San Francisco. So what we do now is we're coming off the runway. I would stow that, and then these would be brought up.
Okay.
We'd start the APU. Ooh, blimey. So we'd start the APU so we could bring some power onto the aeroplane. Looks like we're clear of the Virgin. Trying not to take his his wingtip off. We don't want to do that, do we?
Yeah.
Eh?
Oh, good.
We don't want we don't want Branston on our back. Let's see if we just bring it down to a stop here. There we go. And now I'm going to set the parking brake. And if you see the APU, that's come on buzz. So if you flick them two on, so bring them down, so down towards us, just press downwards. And then the other one on the other side, just onto the right, that's it. So see these two generators means that they're off buzz. So we don't need these engines anymore. So I'm going to get rid of the engines. So the engines are spooling down. Yeah. And then we'd allow the fasten belts off.
Okay, yeah.
So that the passengers come off. Yeah. And then we'll just flick a few bits and pieces off, and then we're safely back into Gatwick. Yeah,
Okay.
well done, mate.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No,
Yeah,
not at all. You did a really, really nice job.
Yeah, that was brilliant. There's a lot more to it then.
There is a lot more to it than meets the eye, isn't there?
Yeah,
There is a lot more to
exactly.
it, yeah. And on a dark, dirty night when it's pitch black and you're going down to a Greek island, there's a lot going on. And then you've got the Greeks talking in your ear and you try to understand them, and that's a skill in itself. I don't think anyone's quite mastered that in the UK yet. But
I've seen those in like small little islands where you've got those small planes actually landing in like little runways.